hop out, valet, walk out. All these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now.
Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. This one taken from the 7th. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. He'll come out throwing here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Haynes. A gain of 6 there on first. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And Hill running right through it. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Green, 39.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves to James. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first. Touchdown, Indianapolis! In for the score, and the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
So now Bortles will bring the Jags up to go for 2. And we're going to get a timeout here as the play clock was down to 2. And they'll have 2 remaining. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Now Doug Marrone not even hesitating. They're going to go for 2.
Green 80.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And it's caught. He's got it. So they go for 2. They convert, and along with it, they'll take an 8-7 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Here we go now.
And they'll run it here. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Green 39. Green.
Back to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Haynes. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
39, Lucy.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
It's all right, it's all right. Green 80, green 80.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Watts. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, 54, Ricky.
Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Green 80.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
11B, 11B. Set, green 80. Lucy. Green and set.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Green 80.
Shotgun now for Bortles. He'll rifle this one deep right. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. DJ Chark, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Now Doug Marrone not even hesitating. They're going to go for 2.
Set, green 80. Green and set.
To throw is Bortles. And he's got it. So they try for 2, successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation.
Here we go.
And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll look to throw here on first down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Haynes. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. And the Texans, they have scored again and moved in front by a couple of touchdowns. Deshaun Watson leading the way offensively. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Blue 90.
They'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Jags and Leonard Fournette making their way onto the field. He's in his own second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw, it's Bortles. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. Throwing is Bortles. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And all the way down to the 39. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Bortles now on first down. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No sign of the field goal unit. They'll come out in the pistol. A final shot before half for Bortles. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark as time expires in the first half. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
Now this will be the final play of the half, as with no time remaining, they'll try and add 2 more to the lead right before intermission. They'll throw now on the final play. And it's going to be caught. Not sure why they went for 2. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. With it on the return now, here's Westbrook. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Bortles. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. From the gun on third down, Bortles eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to... And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Third touchdown pass of the game for Blake Bortles. And the Jaguars had 6 to their lead. And he has reached the summit. Move over Peyton Manning. There's a new record holder at the top, partner.
And somewhere Peyton Manning is not excited about moving over, but he respects the fact that someone came and got his record. And we're here to say it. How exciting is this? Not just for us, but for all fans of football.
So now Bortles will bring the Jags up to go for 2. Now Bortles again. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
After watching that play and result, I go back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator, Brandon, before the game and said, how are you going to move the ball running it against the #1 defense? He gave us no indication, didn't tip his hand at all, so we have to see how this unfolds as this game moves along.
They'll drop the throw. His man complete over the middle. It's Haynes. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better. Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays. Makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Throw left side, complete to Scott. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
All right, here we go.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
This is caught, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. A little tough on the secondary there, in zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on them, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. And a field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
Now let's go. Green 39.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. A breakdown by the O-line at the worst possible time. 4th and goal, and it leads to a sack.
I can just see it now. On the sidelines, they're telling the quarterback, you've got to get rid of it somehow, some way. At least get it in the end zone and give us a chance. If we throw an interception, so what? A sack? We didn't even have a chance.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Lucy.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. And Austin Safarian-Jenkins has it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Set. Green 80. Hey, 54, Ricky.
On 1st down, Bortles. Over the middle, complete. That's Watts. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Bortles now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Green 80. Green 80.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Green 80.
And they'll run it here. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Green 80.
Now they'll throw it. Bortles. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you've got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way, but I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. So now Bortles will bring the Jags up to go for 2.
Set. Green 80. Lucy, Lucy.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. It's a foot race. The 40, past the 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Well, that was almost a 4-point swing. The interception, if he had returned it all the way, would have been 2 for them, but just a little bit shy.
And when it's a play like that, you're exactly right with the math. But don't you feel like it would have counted for more? They found their way all the way back to the end zone and gotten the 2. That changes the whole momentum, doesn't it?
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throw left side complete. It's Scott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Green 39. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll set up a throw. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, third down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Green 80. Green 80.
Bortles going to look to throw. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there. But the defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
So right. Hey, that's it. 380. Check four. Go left. Mike 51. 11.
Bortles going to throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
They continue.